am going to make today concrete candle holders, and we are using the most unusual thing. We are using a shot glass mold. Now, I'm gonna make a candle. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what you need. You'll need some Quikrete concrete mix, and it's, don't get the kind with the rocks in it, like I did, and then I had to sift it out. So it is just the quick setting concrete mix, and a bucket that you probably won't want to use again, a trowel, and a stick to stir, and then we'll be using some beeswax candle. I'm gonna remelt this wax here, get it a little warmed up, and I'll show you how to do it. Super, super fun. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start by making our concrete, and you wanna make it 2 parts concrete, 1 part water, and depending on where you are, you might have to switch up the mix a little bit. So I'm just using ratios. So I have like a latte to go cup of concrete. So theoretically, I will need about half this cup of water. So I'm gonna, you know what? You should probably use a mask during this part. And I don't have a mask because I have to talk, but you should probably use a mask. Okay. And remember that you can always, I would start out with less water than you think you might need, because you can always add more water. And it's harder to add more concrete. But you want it to be, this is good, like peanut butter kind of, like the consistency of peanut butter. And this is Quikrete, so we don't have that long. You can't mess around with this. You have to have everything prepared, which I do. Okay, so I bought this shot glass mold on Amazon. I think Wilton makes it. You can do, I'm gonna show you something else, but you can use this or you can use any household item. We're gonna start with this. So I'm just gonna, I sprayed it with a cooking spray. Doesn't matter what kind, the cheaper the better. And actually, if you unmold it like that, which is not very cute looking, but if you unmold it then spray it, it kind of works better. But okay, I'm gonna add a tiny bit more water because we're very dry. We're in a dry climate, so this stuff sets up fast here. But if you are in a more wet climate, then it's not gonna dry as fast. But it is hot and dry here. Okay, so we're just gonna trowel this in. And I covered my countertop with just a big piece of vinyl that I bought at the fabric store. I might suggest doing this outside. Okay, so you're just gonna fill these guys up. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a few to show you how to do it. And then I wanna show you something else. So this is the shot glass mold. And these silicone molds come in like cupcake and different shapes. I even saw one in a giant gummy bear. That would be a very cool home decor, like a giant concrete gummy bear. Anyway, okay, so if you don't want to make the mold, I get it. You can just use, this is a yogurt cup and just an inexpensive tea light. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna fill this up. Oh, let's spray it real quick. Hold on. Okay, quick spray. So we are gonna fill this yogurt cup up with this concrete. And then what you do is, this little tea light, it comes apart. There's a plastic outer coating. So we're just gonna stick this whole thing in there. And you could actually leave it in there, it would be pretty cool. Oh, here's the fun part. Here's the next part. So what you're gonna do is, you are going to take, I'm using a belt sander, and I don't know what else would work. I think maybe electric drill might work, but what you're gonna do is, you're just gonna put this electric sander on the side of, I'm using a cutting board, and you're gonna turn it on. And, okay, this part's a little loud, but I want Drew to come in and look at the bubbles that come to the top of your concrete mold, and this is important for a reason. I mean, it's gonna be loud. Hold on one sec. that's enough for your ears. But what you want to do is use something that's like vibrating. So something like a belt sander. I think even like an electric drill that you're just, you know, holding down on a piece of wood. And what it does is it vibrates all those air bubbles to the top, and then you won't get as much cracking later. But, you know, tapping on the side will also work. But if you really want to get it in there, then use something like a belt sander. So this is the first step. And what you want to do is, if this isn't staying down there very well, you could weight it. You could just put a weight on top of this. So it's, you could put anything you want into this concrete mold. I'll show you in a second, but today we're making candle holders. You could put a succulent in there. You could do whatever. So next step, we have taken this. You have to leave for about 5 or 6 hours. Like I said, I'm here in Arizona where it's a kiln outside. So this sets up pretty quick. Like, I would say it will set up in about an hour. But this is what it looks like. And I love the look of it because it's kind of that modern industrial look. So next step, once we've unmolded, and this you're gonna have to wait till overnight, but you can see it's really cool. And this is a shot glass. And I think it's intended to use ice, to make it out of ice, but you could maybe use plaster of Paris too, tinted a different color. That would be cool. Okay, so I have my beeswax already melted. And I'm going to use, I'm going to put this over here on top of this wood, so I'll just move this out of your way. Okay, here's what I like for mine. I'm using
lilac.
Ooh, I like lilac would be good. I want to use bergamot because that's what in Earl Grey tea. So I'm going to use a few drops of bergamot. And actually, you could put some Earl Grey tea in here. You could just coat up in the bag and stir it in to make it pretty. And then an Earl Grey latte has a little bit of lavender. So this is lavender and bergamot. And I love the smell. And then also when you're using beeswax or any kind of candle, remember, I'm using plastic utensil here because you don't want to get your utensils all gunky. So yeah, that's a crafting word. We like to use gunky. So anyway, stir it up. Smell, give it a quick smell. It smells so clean, but I like vanilla, and citronella is a great idea. Here are the essential oils we're using. And let me just get the next step. So I bought a wick set. It's super easy. It comes in a package. You can glue it in there with a little bit of hot glue, or you can use some of the wax in the inside to make it steady. They're easy, and I looked online. Does anyone else know this, the answer to this? I love wood wicks, and I saw this idea on Pinterest that you could make a wood wick, but it didn't turn out. But, so this is just a store-bought wick. This is beeswax, oh geez, hold on. This is just melted beeswax that I got in the candle making section. And so this is going to set up. So what do we have, what do people say they're making? Now, if you want to embellish this, which I do of course, you could use really anything, but I'm going to use washi tape and cut. So on the bottom here, if you added just a little bit of metallic washi tape, let me just spin that around here. And it kind of gives that really cool modern. Okay, so that, we used a little bit of washi tape. And if you don't have washi tape, and oops, let's put this aside. You could just use a little bit of metallic paint on the bottom here. And if you use a flat brush, then hopefully we can get a good straight line here. Okay, so anyway, this is with the washi tape. So anyway, we're using a shot glass mold like this to make our decor, but you could use, so this has set up a little bit, and I'll show you what you can do. So once this is set up a tiny bit, you can actually remove this candle. Now watch, I won't be able to do it, but I need a little knife. But what you can do is take this guy out. Ooh, here it comes. Okay, the suspense is killing you. Is she gonna get it out? Yes, here it comes. Here it comes. Ooh, so you can see that little recessed part in there? You could, wait for that to harden and then fill that up with a little bit more beeswax. And actually, since we don't have time, I'm gonna do that now. We have another little tea candle here. I thought oh, here we go. So then later, you could put a tea light in if you didn't want to use an actual flame. How cool is that? They also have these in different colors, so you could probably get this in gold. I've even seen people try spray painting these. So if you have little kids around and you don't want an open flame, just start with this tea light, put it in there. Then once it starts to set up, and this is quick set, so it only takes obviously we've only been here a few minutes, so this is set up already. Take it out and then let it cure like that. Your options are to add some more beeswax or just let it dry, and then you could put a flameless candle in there. And I think these even come on timers now. And some of them even smell delicious. Or if not, you can just leave it in there. Here are the other options. So what I did here is I made my candle, and then I used this one for the matches. And what you can do is just cut off the little section of the strike material, and you can hot glue that to the bottom. So you can take a match from the side, and then also if you wanted to, you could put a tiny succulent in there. And a little FYI, these sell for pretty big dollars on Etsy with a little succulent in it. So just saying, you could make your own and save yourself 30 bucks because this thing costs $6. So it's about $6 for the mold, 6 to 10, depending on where you can find it. Ginormous bag of concrete, which literally it takes one container. So maybe you could just find some in your garage. That could either be free or a few bucks. Washi tape, a couple dollars. So it's really inexpensive. You could do it with your older kids this summer. I wouldn't, not maybe for the little ones, but definitely for the older kids, mixing and measuring would be awesome. So this was my inspiration. Actually, this was my inspiration. A friend gave me this as a gift, and it's a candle holder in cement, and I thought, of course, when you're a crafter, you know this, you think, wait, I could totally make that. So I just made a tiny version of it. Once again, go through your house, look for in your recycle bin, see what other things you could use, a milk carton, Pringles cans I've seen, a coffee mug, not a coffee mug, excuse me, a coffee can, anything that you can cut just in case it doesn't come out. Very easily you can just cut this plastic and go to town. Thanks for joining us, and tune in tonight for some more crafting. Thanks, bye.